Hi there, my name's Daryl and welcome to The Check-In. Today I'm joined by Kelly, Sean and Dan, and we're going to be looking to uncover some hidden travel gems from around Europe. So we're going to be starting with some off-the-beaten-track destinations. Who wants to pick us up?
I can start you off. One hidden gem that I've seen in Europe is located in Amsterdam, just in the west of Amsterdam.
Quelle surprise.
Yeah, it's called the Electric Ladyland. It's run by this old sort of American man and the elderly French woman. As soon as you come in, it's sort of just like a shop and it goes amongst other shops. You wouldn't really know to pick it out, but as soon as you walk in the front door, you're greeted by this elder French lady, and sort of the neon and UV is all around the room, but it's just in paintings. You get taken downstairs where you meet the American man who sort of takes you through sort of like a massive structure which is all in UV and neon paints. He's got different kinds of stones, different sorts of paintings which were like intricately done 50, 60 years ago. Wow. So it is quite incredible.
I think I saw a film very similar to that once, but good tip. Good tip. Kelly, off the beaten track?
My off the beaten track suggestion is more of a destination. Portugal is, well, quite a beaten track at this stage, but the flights are pretty short, especially if you're coming from the UK. You're pretty guaranteed sunshine and culture. But if you're heading to Lisbon, one of my favourite places to actually go on holiday, and I've been there quite a few times, is a town outside Lisbon called Cascais. It's, the way I describe it to friends and family is it's like Lisbon's Wimbledon. So it's a really nice town. It's lovely houses,
big
lovely.
Tennis.
Yeah, well, maybe not tennis, but you can get trains into Lisbon if you do want to head into Lisbon and, you know, soak up all of the culture that's there. The food is unbelievable. It's on the coast. There's amazing seafood restaurants that are hanging off the side of a cliff. Fish caught that day. My favourite place in Cascais has to be, there's a steak terrace. It's just called the Terrace Restaurant, and it looks over the beach and the bay and the port, and you can get a meal there for two. Starters, unbelievable steaks, jugs of sangria, if you're over that drinking age, of course. All for around €50. The food is incredible, the views are amazing, the people there are fantastic. 30 minutes car drive from the airport in Lisbon.
What more could you want? A very reasonably priced, as you say, Lisbon. A bit of a good one there. Dan, anything else on the beaten track?
It's very similar to Kelly, I guess, in terms of Italy. I'm going to here. It's Portofino, which is a lovely little coastal town. Very big. Well, it was a fishing village. Obviously, tourism's starting to pick up a little bit, so they now got nice restaurants and things like that to entertain public with. But it's the point of there aren't that many people going there, so it's still very traditional, very authentic, I guess, in its Italian ways. All the houses are the traditional sort of block colours, all different. The architecture is beautiful, and obviously being deep in the Med, the weather's always going to be great at that time of year. Well, whatever time of year you go, really. And I've actually got. They're actually really famous for having dolphins swim through in amongst like the fishing boats and things. They haven't got like a huge sort of fishing industry or port. It's all like for the local villagers, as Kelly says, similar kind of thing, all to get the local fish for the restaurants and stuff. So yeah, it's just a really nice, quaint little town, sort of almost self-sufficient, sort of tucked away on the coastline. It's really cute.
That sounds absolutely idyllic, and another hopper guarantee that the weather will be bliss when you're there. Don't quote us on that. We've got another topic moving on now for adventure seekers. Anyone likes a thrill? Which one of you three likes a thrill?
I could take adventure. So this is less of an adventure seeker, more of an adventure to get there in the first place.
Okay.
There's a place called Civita di Bagnoregio, which is just north of Rome, about 50 miles north of Rome. And it's sort of a medieval town which hasn't been touched by the Renaissance, which sits at the top of like quite a large hill sort of mountain. And the only way you can get there is by a satellite city, which is a very long walkway, which sort of gets steeper and steeper and steeper to get to the top. So it's not advised that if you want of good health to go there. Right. It has about 6 all year-round residents who are quite rich Italians, and the rest of the people are just sort of tourists in the summer and things. But it has incredible views, and it's in a really like sort of idyllic location.
Fantastic. Renaissance-free since 1463. Yeah. Anyone else for adventure?
I mean, just jumping in here, I have to promote my home country. Ireland on the west coast has firstly, one of the nicest coastal drives in the wild Atlantic way. It stretches the whole from south to north, or well, whichever way you're going. But the great thing about it is it's on the Atlantic and the surf is fantastic. So if you are an adventure seeker, but perhaps not too much of a adrenaline junkie, you can try your hand at some water sports and you're going to be guaranteed the wind that will pick up that surf. So, you know, again, another weather guarantee from
weather
Hoppa.
guarantee from Hoppa. Yeah, don't worry, weather doesn't change around the globe.
Yeah, I feel like I should promote my home country now and say Wales has got a dry ski slope up in Llandudno. Perfect, any time of year again.
Fantastic. I'll promote mine. Bogner's terrific. Right. Okay, culture vultures. For those of you who like a bit of art, who wants to pick us up here?
I'll go with, again, this is hard because everywhere culturally is quite well known. You think of Barcelona, you think of Paris, you think of all the places that, you know, have had really rich heritage. One of the places I want to talk about is Odense in Denmark. And the reason why I want to say this is because it's where Hans Christian Andersen grew up, obviously famous for the fairy tales. You know, everyone thinks, oh, he must have had an amazing imagination. The place looks like what you'd imagine when you see the books. It's full of forests, hills, lakes, streams, waterfalls, and it's basically the visual depiction of his stories. So turns out he wasn't that imaginative, just had a good description. That's my quote on Hans Christian.
Sounds good enough to me. All it's missing is the gingerbread house in the woods. Sean, anything to add there for culture vultures?
Not too much to add for culture vultures.
Well, thanks for joining us. Kelly, anything from your side?
I mean, I could pitch Ireland again, but I feel like I've done my job already on that front. But you can go there for adventure and culture. You don't have to really get that blood pumping. There's plenty to see and do and plenty of history.
A nice slow pace, that's what you prefer.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
Of Guinness.
Of course, a pint of Guinness. Well, there we go. That about wraps it up again for us here on The Check-In. Join us next time.